Alright, time for another REV GP game. This is round 4. I'm 2-1 so far, so I need to win this to top cut. My opponent is on some sort of blue-red instant speed deck with self-mill and stuff, so not sure how the matchup goes here. Oh, this hand is... yeah, I mean, it would be sort of keepable if it had a red source, but it doesn't, so I guess I'm mulligan this. They have 1-mana counter spells. Okay, so they do have 1-mana counter spells, but it only hits creatures. Yeah, they have Denotation Failure as their 1-mana counter spell, so that, I guess, is something I need to play around. And then beyond that, they have the Quench with Upsides in their deck. Well, I think I always I need to mulligan this hand. I want a hand with 1-drops. I mean, this is a hand with 1-drops. I guess I keep this. And I guess Reclaim the Fallen is okay. How many they don't even run that many creatures, right? They literally don't run creatures, or no, they only run top end. Yeah, they're only running big finishers that get cost reduced by spells in graveyard. So yes, that means my removal is literally useless. So I bomb this. Each permanent with flash. Can they get permanents with flash into play? I don't think they can. It's just that thing that's big, and then they have this thing that's big. When it enters target. Okay, so yeah, they have 2 big things that I can't kill with my removal spells because they only kill small things. So that's not fun to deal with. Do I care? Yeah, I should wait on the Primal Fisher because I want to see what I draw. Because depending on what I draw, oh no, I think this thing always cracks for red because I want to cast unless I draw a second red source. Then I want to crack it for black. But yeah, that means like it's always correct to do this, I think, because I can't practice for red turn 1 and cast my 1-drop anyways. So the problem here is that they could have removal. They're running shocks. They're just running shocks. If this gets removed, I have no turn to play, which is kind of bad. So do they have the shock? I think I actually pitch Final Fate if this connects because my opponent literally has no Final Fate targets, or at least the front side of Final Fate, right? They literally do not have any creatures with mana value 2 or less, and they can't make tokens either, right? Yeah, they can't make tokens. Yeah. So then what is this? Oh, it's Think Twice with Upside. Or it's cheaper Think Twice. Okay, yeah. So this gets discarded. Actually, this isn't even that good because my opponent also wants to get their own cards discarded, right? Because they also want instants in graveyard for their Bura Goliath. So like everything here is kind of bad for me. I can't swing first, next turn at least, and that will let me it forces out removal spells so they don't have counter spells up for Rough Rider. I guess that's my plan now. Okay, I'm not drawing lands right now isn't that great. I will pitch Reclaim the Fallen, I think, because the front side doesn't do enough. Or actually, yeah, I'll swing first. I might actually pitch a land here, because I'd rather. I mean, Reclaim the Fallen is kind of useless on the. If I discard a land, I can't cast Reclaim. I guess that's the problem. I'm also just fine taking damage here because, yeah, like if I jam Rough Rider. Okay, I guess I convince myself to discard lands because at least Reclaim might be able to reanimate a Rough Rider. So anyways, this fetches black because that's the color I want to have right now. Let's see if this gets countered. I assume it will. And then, oh wait, actually that means that I probably should have discarded Reclaim Thought or Reclaim the Fallen because then I could have cast it next turn with this. Okay, yeah, I misplayed there. I should have kept the land in hand. Although they probably would have just countered this anyways. Oh no, if I top deck a land now, it's really bad. If I don't top deck a land, actually, can they even deal with a reanimated what's it called again? Privilege Escalation? Like, can they deal with my big thing? I don't think their deck has removal that can kill Privilege Escalation, right? And they don't actually have any bounce either. So, like, if I can get this thing into play, I don't think they can kill it. So then that probably wins me the game in short order, right? They don't have return target. No, oh, okay, they have bounce spells. Actually, they have Erase from Existence, which is really bad for me because top and bottom. Yeah, that thing will. Well, I mean, top or bottom, so it's not the worst thing in the world, but it's still not great. So I could transform this, but they just use removal in response, and that's really bad for me. I could swing here, and if I discarded Reclaim the Fallen this turn, if I discarded Reclaim last turn instead of this turn, I guess they're. I mean, I think they're probably fine taking 1 damage and forcing a discard for me, and I'm always going to cast Reclaim anyways. I mean, I can make them take damage first and then transform Rooftops, but then they just remove it. Yeah, I don't think there's like a good outcome for me. Except, okay, like if this thing gets removed, I'm not going to be able to get Privilege Escalation to my graveyard. I'm just going to have Reclaim the Fallen stuck in hand, so I'd rather get this into the graveyard so that next turn I have... Okay, yeah, actually, I hit here so that next turn I can cast Reclaim. Oh, they're just going to... oh, wait. Wait, I can't cast Reclaim from hand. Yeah, I didn't think that through. I probably should have discarded... Yeah, I definitely should have discarded Reclaim last turn instead of discarding a land, because now I just have to pass here, and that's really bad for me. I think, like, I'm just not sufficiently setting up my plays correctly. Well, I mean, at least Final Fate will be able to... Okay, I can Reclaim from hand. So what, they counter that, and I think that is... Like, that's fine. It gets a counterspell out of their hand, and I get to Reclaim next turn. Maybe I should be getting back Rooftop Slink instead, but Rough Rider feels better for me. They let it happen. Okay. Final Fate, that's fine. I don't want that thing anyways. I'm actually getting enough mana where Final Fate could just kill one of their big top-end things, although they're probably playing it with counterspell backup, and that thing will get reduced by a lot, so like it's not... Oh, they're just drawing cards now, okay. Maybe they're saving their removal for bigger things down the line, or they're saving their counterspells for Reclaim Fallen on Privilege Escalation. I don't think there's a way for me to bait that out when I'm stuck on... when I'm empty-handed, because this deck can't really go up on cards. I guess I can Wander Rough Rider, which is actually bad into counterspells because Wander actually casts the thing. So if they have a counterspell, then it goes into... Okay, well, they're just going to kill that. Sure. Oh, okay, Exile Privilege Escalation. So, I mean, not the worst thing in the world, because I didn't want to draw that anyways. And this is useless. Do I want to just Reclaim now on Rough Rider? I mean, I can use this to pitch Final Fate. Yeah, I think I'm going to Reclaim on Rough Rider. Like, if they want to counter this, they're free to. I can pay for it, right? Like, they can't counter this, right? Because main deck, all of their counter spells are quenches or can't counter non-creatures. So I can always pay for whatever counter they have. Although maybe Rooftop Slink would be... Well, no, if I didn't have anything useful in hand, or if I had a land in hand, then Rooftop Slink would be better. But right now, I mean, at least it's better than Final Fate, so I guess I make that exchange. Actually, I think I keep the Mountain in hand because, yeah, I might want to swap it out for something later on. Yes, I keep it as discard fodder for if Rider gets killed, because I'm at that point where I kind of need to actually do stuff. How expensive are their things? Angler is a 7-drop, Rabura is an 8-drop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can actually kill their big thing if they tap out for it, but it's... Rabura has flash, so if they have Rabura, then I can't stop it from... I mean, or they just do like Rabura with counterspell backup, and then they counter my really big Final Fate, and that feels bad. Okay, they already have these guys in graveyard. Bleeding out. Okay, sure. Sanguine Palace. That's useless, so making a treasure. Come on. Oh, okay, that's kind of funny now. Do I just keep reanimating Rough Rider? I mean, yeah, I mean, it's working out for me so far, so I guess I do. Maybe eventually I reanimate Rooftop Slink. No, Rooftop Slink still, like, just dies to removal, so... I mean, I guess if Rough Rider sticks because my opponent ran out of removal, then I'll reanimate Rooftop Slink. Or, I mean, I could reanimate now and then transform it. And that does match up sort of well against certain stuff. Like, if they have their big flash things, then I get a transformed Rooftop Slink going. That's actually kind of troublesome for them. No, I always lose the race, even if that happens. Okay, yeah, I'll just do this again. Reclaim the Fallen, 5 mana, reanimate a 3-drop, you know. Oh, yeah, it's worth it. I'll sack the treasures. I guess it means Final Fate doesn't kill as much now. Come on. Okay, well, I'll make another treasure. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I know I should still keep Mountain in hand for discard fodder. Yeah. And this game certainly is not going how I expected it to. Like, I thought I would be screwed once I ran out of cards, but somehow I'm doing fine because my opponent is even or equally as performing equally as poorly. I think, yeah, I swing with Rough Rider to bait out any of their flash guys, because then I can't Final Fate through a counterspell. How much removal do they have left anyways? They only have... no, they only have 3 bleeding out, so they don't have removal left that can actually kill a 3 toughness thing. Is that valuable? No, okay, so their big creatures don't actually... Or I guess since they're in the graveyard, their big creatures don't have flying. I think it might be worth it to not attack here, because my big creatures being out actually kind of prevents them from making good attacks into my guys. Like, my guys can always trade with their guys, and I get a bunch of triggers once my guys die. Yeah, I think I've convinced myself that this is a good play. And like they flash in their guy, I guess I could like technically I could also take a hit from it. Overrule thought. Sure, I'm fine paying for that. Like since we're playing on card advantage, I might as well let them have it, or it might as well make them go down on cards to make me lose tempo because I already am doing pretty good for mana. Ooh, ignite, so yeah. Well, since I know that they have that, since I know they have denotation failure, do I yeah, that thing will not, yeah, might as well exile ignite so to not let them have that. Yeah, sure. Because if I can just strand denotation failure in their hand for the entire game, then that's pretty good for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They could just slam a big Rebuva Goliath next turn. Yeah, I'll pass. Do they have the big thing? No, they still don't. They're also still stuck on 4 lands, which is interesting. Okay, well, they're on 5 lands now. I think I'm like comfortable swinging here now because if they play out their big Rebuva Goliath thing, terminal impact. Yeah, now I really want to bait out Rebuva Goliath because I can kill it with half a terminal impact. Like, yeah, if one of these guys dies, I'm fine with the outcome. And like, they probably don't have Rebuva Goliath because if they did, they would flash it out to, like, they're definitely not holding it to ambush me, right? If they had it last turn, they would have played it by now. Okay, they just don't have anything. Do I want to wander these guys? It feels kind of bad to do that. Okay, so they don't have board wipes. I think it's safe to just reclaim Rooftops Link and get into play. Like, yeah, if they have a count, if they want to kill that thing, then feel free to, because it's not like I'm doing anything else anyways right now. I guess if I want to wander Rough Rider, if they have 2 cost counters, then wandering Rough Rider is actually bad for me. Still, yeah, I think I just reclaim on Rooftops Link. Yeah, extremely weird game right now. They let it happen. I will tap out to flip this thing, because I'm not spending my mana at instant speed anyway, so if they want to shock this, they're free to. But maybe they're just out of shocks because they've already used a bunch of removal earlier. Or they're just saving the shocks for later or something. If they have shock here, I think they should definitely use it. So, okay, so they don't have shock, they don't have removal, they don't have any of these guys. Are they just holding an entire grip of, like, quenches? That'd be really funny. And it's not erased from existence either because they definitely would have played it by now. Are they just missing literally, and they haven't played that many lands either, so are they just, I think they are just drawing mono quenches right now or something. That's the only thing that would make sense. Okay, since I know they have a denotation failure, I don't think I want Rooftops Link to be around. I don't need to play lands pre-combat either, so I'll just swing here and see what they have. If they are forced to take again, then that's really funny, I guess. Actually, so they only have enough mana for 1 cost-based counter now, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can deal 7 damage. Oh, erase from existence. 1 or more instant sorcery. Top, you may have its owner put it on their choice. Okay, do I want top or bottom? I think I'm pretty happy with top. Like, this card's been pretty good for me so far. And then, oh, actually, I forgot that, yeah, I can just do this. That's funny. And, okay. Another race from exist. Well, now they at least they're doing correct. Yeah, this one goes on bottom. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, they're dead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. All right. Cool. So that went really well for me because I'm pretty sure my opponent drew super badly and did not get any of their big creatures, and also didn't draw any shock, or they got 1 shock and then no more after that. Anyways, so this matchup is the one matchup where the rest is actually good. I think Exorcist is actually bad here because it intervenes people good. Okay, so like I always board in Crucible here because that's actually good against my opponent. I think I board out Privilege Escalation. Wait, what do they have in the sideboard? Oh, what? They can just steal. Wait, why does this card exist? This card looks really good. It just yoinks spells. Oh, yeah, I guess it's not that great because it costs a lot. But anyways, what am I actually worried here about here? Oh, they have Artifact Destruction, but it's like really inefficient art. This also wipes my board, sort of, so I guess they might bring that in for that reason. And they also have this Artifact Destruction. How's the denotation worded? Denotation failure worded again? Let me check. What toughness? Oh, okay, toughness 2 or less. Do they have ways to deal 3 damage? Their only ways of dealing 3 damage is with their 4 copies of Bleeding Out, or 3 copies. Wait, they actually can't deal that much damage. Right? Like, oh, they also run Terminal Impacts. I see. So I guess that's basically all the removal. Do I want to bring bring in exorcists instead of duresses. I think actually yeah, because I could just do a split or something. Okay. Anyways, Final Fates always go out here because they're kind of useless against my opponent's things, even though it would have been useful against their guys, sort of. With these guys go out, so I have 4 cards to play with. I guess I bring in all the exorcists. Yeah, this seems reasonable. Like, these guys are still good early. In late game, I can just keep pitching them so that I strand Denotation Failure in my opponent's hand. And yeah, let's try this. Yeah, 1 drop into some stuff. Yeah, good. This hand's really good. So they need Shock or Denotation Failure to kill Ignite So on 1, or else I'm just going to start looting, I guess. They keep 6. Like, getting Ignite So down under their counter spells is really nice because I can keep swinging at them while they hold up their counters, so that I'm not as pressured to do stuff. Am I supposed to pitch Fester to Fluvium because it's never going to resolve against a counter spell? I'm not sure, but okay, well, Shigami Mana Burns on 2 is really nice. But anyways, I mean, is there a point in stranding Denotation Failure in my opponent's hand for 1 turn? Like, I could try to fit Ignite So into a different curve. Like, this does waste them 1 mana now, and then I go Shigami Mana, and then turn 3 they just Audacious Rough Rider, maybe a Drill. Okay, so but like if I go the jam spells every turn plan, turn 1 Ignite So gets countered, turn 2 Shigami Mana Burns gets countered, turn 3 Rough Rider gets countered, turn 4 I jam Rough Rider again. Like, they're going to run out of counter spells and have more cards in hand than they do. Okay, so yeah, I think I start my game plan this game is to just jam everything. And there's also a chance that they just don't have the counter spell. I think that's, yeah. I don't think they have Denotation Failure in hand right now, because they definitely would have used it by now. And they don't have any other instants in hand. Interesting. Okay, so yeah, that's really good for me. And I think I'm definitely pitching one of the Festards, because I'm not resolving 2 Festards. I don't think I'm resolving 2 Festards against my opponent. Or they do that, which I don't care that much about, because now I get Shigami Mana Burns down, and that will start doing stuff, including making the treasures, which makes their cost-based counter spells worse, because I can pay for more stuff. And I guess I pitch Fester to try to hit lands off the top. If I get unfortunate with my manners, then that's unfortunate, but okay, well, that is a land off the top, so do I want to discard right now? Because that price, if I discard off mana, it prices me into playing whatever I flip off of it, which could be like one of the Crucible. Like, if I flip Crucible, it'd be really nice. I mean, I guess Fester isn't doing that much this game. Yeah, if I flip a 2-drop off this, then it's really nice, because then I get to play a 2-drop with enough to pay for a counterspell. If I flip a land off this, it's reasonable, because like Primal Fissure it's going to be tapped next turn, but at least I get a free land play, or at least I get a card off this thing. Yeah, I think I've convinced myself to do this. Or I can get a second Shigami Mana Burns down. Yeah, I think I should get the second one down, because, oh no. Remember last GP where I lost the game because I got too greedy about manners instead of, like, if I take Swamp here, I don't actually get to do anything because I don't have the right colors. I'll have to go into my treasure stash to... Okay, yeah, I've convinced myself to do this. I will need Mountain here, yeah. I don't need Double Black for anything now because I boarded out all my Final Fates and I boarded out the Reanimation spell, which are the only 2 things I really need those colors for. So, like, I could just have a really big Fester to Fluvium turn eventually. And they pass again. What are they holding? Did they get a hand with a bunch of... So, like, they're probably holding a Quench. Oh, they didn't get a land. That's unfortunate. Oh, they did get a land. Okay. So maybe, like, they're holding a Quench plus, like, a Rubura Goliath that they can't cast right now. I mean, that would make sense. Oh, that's another manner. I mean, like, there is a point where I have too many manners going on at once, but right now they seem to be working out pretty well for me. And I do pitch to manner right now because I'm looking for lands. And I think actually I pitched the 3rd man. Yeah, I don't want this many manners. Actually, 2 manners going at 3 manners going at once does, like, actually hit them for 2 a turn, which kind of, oh, well, whatever. And this is quite good. I think I go the rest into... I play the rest over Exorcist, right? Because I want the card gone for good rather than this thing dying to a removal spell. Or, I mean, on the other hand, this thing actually does force them to... I could go Exorcist, Rough Rider. That feels kind of bad. I should just go the rest. The rest of Rough Rider use up 1 treasure, and then just exile whatever's off the top, or like pitch a Fester Fluvium for whatever's off the top. Now, Exorcist actually does go up on cards too if, like, it hits a removal spell, or yeah, it goes up on cards because it forces my opponent to use a removal spell to get the card back. So they can burn 2 counterspells on it if they want. If they do that, I think I'm alright with that outcome, because Okay, they just let it happen. 2 counter spells. Do I care about? I don't care about these guys at all. Oh, and they're not actually death deflectioning it because I have enough mana for it. Probably creature. Oh, so those things are second hand. Yeah, face down. If they have 2 lands in hand, then I don't care because that hand's really bad for them. And oh, I snagged the Goliath. Cool. Yeah, I managed to snag their Rabura Goliath, and they can't kill this thing yet, or right now, because of how things are sequencing right now. Oops. Okay, I do appreciate how my opponent's revealing their hand, so that it makes things easier for me, because I definitely wouldn't have extended the same to my opponent. The question here is, do I want to run out Rough Rider into Death Well, I mean, since I know they have Death Deflection, I can always play around it, and the mana means that they can't just wait forever. Yeah, so it actually does benefit me to just pass here. They're going to cycle their cantrip, so they have 2 unknown cards now. They could have top deck removal, or yeah, they have 2 unknown cards. I don't think they top deck removal because they definitely would have played it, or I guess they could be keeping removal in hand for later. Oh, Crucible, that's nice. Okay, so that goes up, so that punches them. This makes it tap treasure. I think I should get my Crucible down now because that does like shut off a bunch of stuff. Do I swing first? Their flash thing does it. How much does their flash thing? How much does Rabura cost right now? Way too much to cast. Alright, yeah, sure. I always attack first then. And then I will try to. So if I play Crucible, I can eat up 2 counter spells. Yeah, if they have 2 cost-based counters, I will be willing to pay for both of them, or pay for one of them, because that forces 2 cards from their hand for a single Crucible. Although I do go down on mana, but Shagan and mana are going to be cycling back again, so that's fine. Yeah, let's see what they do here. Discern, okay, sure. I guess they do want to get. Well, now they literally can't counter this anymore, right? They don't have. Okay, they're just going to mill themselves a lot. They could have artifact destruction, but I will let this thing. I will like pay for it because I think I care about card advantage more than I care about tempo right now because I am kind of leading. Like I win if the game goes long, so I want to make sure I have enough card advantage to last the entire game. And I pass the turn. Let's start burning away their graveyard. They still have a bunch of instants in the graveyard though, so Rabura Goliath actually costs 2 now, but I can't kill it with Thermal Impact if it comes down to it. But it doesn't seem like they have it. Another Exorcist. That's pretty good. And I think I don't discard this turn, right? Because I already have plays lined up. Unless I want to. I mean, I could discard a Fester Effluvium to dig for lands. Yeah, that is sort of reasonable. Because I'm not doing big Fester Effluviums this game anyway. Or I don't need big Fester Effluviums this game. Like, I win if my creatures go long. Right? I mean, I could also pitch a Rough Rider. Do I need 2 Rough Riders? I guess a big Fester Effluvium could be good for me. I'll just pitch a Rough Rider. And I didn't get a land, but Ignite Soul will be able to be a decent curve filler. So I go Exorcists, Ignite Soul. Yeah, seems reasonable. Or actually, if they have removal spells in hand, they will want to use it. Like, they could kill this thing in the middle of combat and then flash out the Rabura, so I want to do it now. Or bleed. Okay, yeah, like, they want to flash it in. This actually is kind of bad for me. Yeah. Okay, well, I guess they can have their Rabura. You're just going to cast a Rabura? Okay, sure. Is their last card land or something? Because that would actually be the worst case. Okay, at least it managed to snag something. In that case, I guess I just play Rough Rider off the top because that seems more immediately powerful than the other option. It does burn into my treasure stocks a bit, but that's fine because this thing's going to make a treasure anyways, unless it flips a land, in which case I will pitch. I guess I pitch other Rough Rider for it. Whatever. Okay, they're tapped out, so I'm just going to play this. This comes in. What if I flip? The rest? Yeah, that's useless, so I'm pretty happy with that outcome. And start burning away your graveyard still. Do I mind double blocking here on the Goliath? I think I'm fine taking 1 hit from this thing because I'll just swing back. Yeah, I'm fine taking 1 hit. I'm not fine taking 2, or maybe I am fine with that because the mana is actually racing them pretty well. Okay, that finally hit. So that burns them for 2. Do I want to discard off mana? Yeah, sure. I'm probably not playing Fester Flute. I mean, I also don't have anything I really want to discard because I have all the cards in my hand are pretty good right now. What am I doing this turn? Just probably just playing Rough Rider and passing. Like Fester probably isn't necessary. I mean, it could be decent. Yeah, or I guess I'll just do no discard. Oops. And yeah, I'll attack and see how my opponent reacts. Because the mana... Oh, did they get a second Rubura Goliath? No, they just have... Sure, that's fine. That doesn't really impact anything. Actually, maybe the Rubura Goliath is kind of dangerous. I could just play out Rough Rider to block. Or, I mean, no, they're not empty-handed, so I still don't want to jam a really big Fester Effluvium. I think I'm still just going to play it safe, and... I could Festered for 3. Is that good? Festered for 3, there is a chance I get some mana, in which case I can't really sink it. I could sink it into half a Terminal Impact. I think I'll just play another Rough Rider, yeah, because like these guys are always good. And that's getting exiled. And I will chump this Rubura Goliath. I need to remember these triggers. And the Goliaths do cost not that low. Okay, they do have the shock, and they're just going to hit me in the face. Yeah, I'm chumping here now. I don't want to take too many risks when I'm this far ahead. I'll just get enough mana, so I'm pretty sure they can't kill me with 1 card in hand. Okay, well, no, this only draws them 1 card because Crucible. And so next turn, mana burns them down to 8, and then well, I guess it technically is one thing that they could do right now. If they swing here, are they dead? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, they're definitely dead if they swing. It doesn't matter. I'll just put this on the bottom in case I get an even better top deck for next turn. So since they're empty-handed, I will just pump all my mana into Terminal Impact, hit them in the face for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, they're empty-handed, so Terminal Impact them in the face for 7, swing with both these guys, it connects and they die to... And yeah, mana burns them down to 8, this thing burns them down to 1. Oh yeah, thanks for reminding me. They didn't have to remind me about that, but... Okay, well, that's good. That means that they are just dead to Terminal Impact from hand. And they swing anyways because they're dead to Terminal Impact from hand, so might as well, I guess. Draw for turn, ignite, so sure, that does stuff, I guess, somehow. Whack them for 1, or whack them for 2 off the manor, whack them for 5, and then Terminal Impact them. And yeah, so that went pretty well for me. I think that's also my opponent also sort of got unlucky in game 1 by not drawing any of their top end stuff, and then game 2 by not drawing enough removal, I guess, for Exorcist. But yeah, so that does mean I'm top cutting, which is nice. Hopefully I can get another... Hopefully I can perform well in another GP with this deck. But yeah,